School of Rock is now in session in Iowa, and we're ready to help make musicians. In our patented performance-based program, students learn music in one-on-one lessons, then have band practice in a fun, safe learning environment, all leading up to their big show. Guitar, bass, piano, drums, and vocals, our local professionals teach the skills you need to be a rock star. Come check us out and get a free lesson with no strings attached. Locations in West Des Moines and Marion. Visit schoolofrock.com to learn more and start your musical journey today.
The morning news on YourIowa.com is brought to you by the Commission on U.S. Territories, striving for equal representation around the globe, and by Keep Iowa First, committed to keeping the Iowa caucuses the first in the nation contest in selecting the presidency of the United States. And now, here's your host, Brent Roski.
Good morning, everybody. I was just about to say happy Wednesday, but it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, folks. You're going to get there, though. You're going to see the weekend, I promise. Up on the screen, we're going to have the School of Rock here today. Adam Dooley talking about the School of Rock. I think this is such a cool thing. In one of my past current lives, I was a musician out in the Los Angeles area, so always happy to talk about music, making music, creating, and, of course, teaching young people to do that. Is fantastic. So we will be having Mr. Dooley on in just a second here. Up on the screen. Oh, CDC, COVID, one thing I did out in Los Angeles, I was a director. So every time I see these B-roll clips, I always think about what it actually means to make them. Now we're going to talk about COVID, but this shot right here in particular, you can't pack 50 people in a room and put a face shield on and call it safe. I mean, you just can't do it, folks. So let's think a little bit here too. More people have to put these B-roll clips together. And this one right here in particular, I mean, it's going to get kind of awkward here in a second. And this is just a hired actor, and that's a glove from probably the AD. And anyway, so what are we talking about COVID for? We only really bring up COVID on this program if it's good news. The CDC is now saying fully vaccinated Americans can gather with other vaccinated people indoors without wearing a mask or social distancing, according to long-awaited guidance from the federal health guidelines. So if you've gotten your vaccines, the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, says, with more and more people vaccinated each day, we are starting to turn a corner. So how many people have been vaccinated as of this morning, according to the AP? About 31 million Americans, and if you know population of our country, you know that we have over 300 million. So we're looking at 9%, about 9% of the U.S. population has been vaccinated, and they're saying you are considered fully vaccinated if you've received, if 2 weeks after receiving the last required dose of vaccine. So not the day of, but 2 weeks after you've received your last required dose. So a lot of them are two dosers, good old double dosers. Some other good news in regards to the COVID. We're a year into this, so I'm looking for good news. Flu season, normally flu season is November to February, so now we're in March. They're saying, what was the 2020-2021 flu season like? Usually, around the world, is that right, around the world? Usually there are 200 deaths of children during flu season, and I believe that's just a U.S. number, that's not worldwide. But just take a guess. If you've read the news, don't spoil it for your friend watching next to you. But if you haven't seen the news, so normally we have 200 kids die of the flu every year. Not good news. How many did we have this year? We had one. People say, well, how's that possible? They're saying, well, the stuff we're doing to prevent coronavirus is actually lowering flu levels. So putting a mask on, keeping your distance, it keeps folks from getting the flu as well. They were worried about a twindemic. So many fancy little words coming up. They were worried about a twindemic of the flu and COVID. But with people getting vaccinated, they're saying, and again, not the shout up on You can't put 20 people in a room in a small space with a shield on. And you can't do that yet, folks, unless I'm sure every one of them has received their 2 doses. Anyway, so what's going on this week? Friday, folks, you're going to want to see this show. my buddy Sally Kirkland there. She's nominated for an Oscar. She won a Golden Globe. The year she was nominated, holy buckets, did she have some company with her. She was nominated against Meryl Streep and Glenn Close and Holly Hunter and Cher. She won the Golden Globe against them. She's going to be on this show Friday talking about that and her amazing career in Hollywood, working with Francis Ford Coppola and Redford and the whole thing. Her amazing, and Sally's my buddy, so happy she's going to be on. If you missed yesterday, check this out. Dana James writes the Black Iowa News. It is a very important online news service. She was formerly with the Des Moines Register and now focuses on stories regarding Black Iowans. So thank you to Miss James for being on the program yesterday. And if you missed last week, we had on the West Des Moines Chamber President. I bring it up because since then, we have now confirmed that so that's West Des Moines Chamber President, Catherine Harrington. Awesome. It's a tweet they put out. Since then, we have confirmed that the Des Moines Chamber President and the Pella Chamber President and the Fairfield Chamber President are going to be on this program talking about local businesses. Whatever I can do to help spread the word about local businesses, help people get back on their feet, or just do even better after or during the coronavirus. I'm here to help and here to spread the word. So chamber presidents are one of the biggest cheerleaders out there for the business world. So happy to have them on the program. Tomorrow, we're going to have on Lisa Marks talking about entertainment, but we're going to take a quick 15-second. It's like it's never even happened. A 15-second commercial break. We'll be right back with Adam Dooley and Iowa School of Rock.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Hey, and there he is up on the screen. Let me change my graphic here. There is Adam Dooley, and this is the kids in action. Why don't you tell folks what they're looking at?
Yeah, so what you're looking at right now is just some of our students, what we call our performance students. So those are students that are kind of intermediate and advanced level students, and they're in one of our rehearsals at our school in West Des Moines, and they're just currently what you're seeing is they're just doing a jam session. So they're just improvising as they play and kind of following a basic, chord progression and making music off the top of their head. So one of the many things we teach at the school.
So, Adam, let's give people a kind of a 40,000 foot view. What is the school? When did it start? What's your involvement?
Yeah, so the school, School of Rock as a whole is a global franchise. But we are in West Des Moines. We opened a little over a year ago, so in late December of 2019, and we've been there and making our way through COVID, making our way through all this that's been going on. And so what we do and what the school is all about is we teach obviously instruments, we teach music, we teach vocals, we teach guitar, bass, piano, and drums. But the main thing that kind of sets us apart, I think, from a lot of other, places and businesses that teach music lessons is we also do what you can see here on the screen, where we put these students together in band and in group rehearsals so they can apply everything that they're learning on their instruments and see how they can connect the dots with what they learn in their lessons to how and what it means to be an actual musician as well.
This is it right here, folks. If you want to earn money as a musician and the business right now, you might get a song that's streamed a million times, but you're not going to see much money from that. This is where still the money is, selling tickets and getting people to show up and being able to pick up the instrument quick, catch on quick. And was that you at the board there, Adam, pointing at?
Yeah, we'd written a little chord progression on the board for them to jam to. So I was kind of helping guide them along through it.
It's just, this is the money-making talent of being a musician. It's also the most fun. I've been a professional musician a few times in my life. I say it like that because when you have kids in houses, you can't. At least for me, I never made the millions in music. I did better in television, but this talent right here, and to me, I think the biggest thing you're teaching the kids is confidence. Yeah,
that's a huge thing. It's one of the most just gratifying and satisfying things to see. And throughout, my time now as general manager of the school for the past year has just been able to see the massive growth, not only musically, but confidence, personal skills that these students are developing and professional skills. Like a big thing that we teach is not only how to play your instrument, but how to sound check, how to behave with sound technicians and workers at a venue and staff at a venue, and how to treat everybody. And not only that, but your other bandmates respectfully as well, to make sure that collaboration is always at the forefront and everyone feels safe in what they're making and creating.
There's that old story about Aerosmith and the green M&Ms. They said, "Oh, when we show up to the dressing room, we all want green M&Ms in our bowl." And I read an interview, and it was so fascinating. They said we knew how that sounded, and we knew it'd get press, so win for them. But they said a big reason they did it is because they could show up a lot of times on tour. You're going to show up sometimes an hour before you play, sometimes the day before, but a lot of times if you're going. And they said if they only saw the green M&Ms in the dressing room, they'd say that they paid attention to the rider on the contract, and they wouldn't be so concerned about how they set up the soundboard. They said if they showed up and that part of it was neglected, then they knew that they would have to hustle up on stage and do a pre-sound check and all that. So the business of show, it's show business. It's not called show friends. It's not called show art. How can you package it? How can you do the smallest investment and pull the most money out is often the decision that gets made. But performance here is, again, the lifeblood. David Crosby right now says if he couldn't do a live show, he'd be living out of his car. The economics are just, I guess I don't mean to get pessimistic so early in the morning. I just love what you're doing, Adam. I'm a huge fan. How's it going over there for the school?
I mean, obviously COVID was not an ideal situation early on. We went when everything kind of first went down, I suppose, however you want to say it. We were virtual only for about 2.5 or almost 3 months there, which we kind of made do and worked with what we had then. And once we were able to get back into the actual location, obviously you can see it in the video, but we require masks. We try our best to make sure people are spaced out and all that good stuff. And it's been, we've been able to kind of just keep on going, and we've put on a few shows since then, some at Woolies. We've done some outdoor shows as well. We just had a show in Adel at this neat little venue and roastery called the Rooted Bean. It's a coffee roastery. We had that over the weekend. So it's been going well, and the school has been growing, and we've been getting more and more students, and that's really all we can ask for, I think. So.
Is the clip here in the video with it's a more darker motif and lights on top? Is that Woolies?
Correct. That is Woolies. Yeah, the clip of the students on stage. So that was at our show back in December.
Our best thoughts are to the folks at Woolies. I mean, really a staple of Iowa music. One of the first nights I was here, I saw Sean Lennon play there and ended up getting drunk with him in the band at the bar next door. And I was like, "Oh, Des Moines is going to be awesome." I mean, if I get one of these every week or something, those are they're far and few between. But anyway, so I've always have a fond feeling for Woolies. Now, Adam, what's your background that you are teaching kids how to play rock now?
Yeah. So I grew up in this area, actually. I grew up in a small town west of here called Panora, Lake Panorama, if anybody's heard of it. And I grew up playing music. I started with piano, and I quickly, my main instrument is bass guitar. That's what I kind of swiftly gravitated towards. And so since I had been 13, I've been kind of playing in bands and playing music. It started as like a little cover band with some friends in high school, and it kind of grew into, an original band that I'm still in to this day. So I've done some of that. I went to Drake also for musical theater. So I studied theater and music. And I actually lived in New York City for about 3 years and worked on a couple Broadway productions while I was out there. And then moved back right around when kind of COVID was ramping up, I suppose. Or well, not quite yet, but I moved back for some family reasons, and kind of worked out because it was right when COVID started in New York. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations on School of Rock. I applaud what you folks are doing. And, I wanted to start with the CDC news because the more folks get vaccinated, the more we get out there. And I mean, I think the epitome of opening up again is going back and seeing music in a live venue. So our fingers are crossed that will be happening fairly soon. And we can see the kids jam out. I will be there in the front row with you cheering them on.
All right. We appreciate that.
If folks want to learn more about the School of Rock, where do they go?
Yeah, you can do a few things. You can always give us a call. Our number is 515-999-ROCK or 7625. And you can also just go to our website, westdesmoines.schoolofrock.com, and there will be information on programs. We also offer every new student a free lesson, no strings attached. Like was said in the video, we believe that everybody should get the opportunity to try a lesson before having to commit to it. So folks are always welcome to go onto that website, fill out the little form right on the front page there, and register for a free lesson and come check us out.
Adam Dooley with the School of Rock. Thanks so much for being on the show today, buddy.
You bet. Yeah, thank you, Brent.
Folks, since we're talking about youth and music, just last week we had Eleanor Grace on, an Iowa artist. She's passed over 500,000 streams on Spotify. And I wanted to show this if some School of Rock students are watching. The director of photography and director of this is Bruce Bales, a local artist, filmmaker, did a fantastic job. And of course, Miss Grace and her song. Let's take a look at her music video.
It's late at night, looking washed out and faded, straight out of a Parker's painted, and I feel right. Damn, you look jaded, like you've been about 7 years famous, crashing away. I wanna say. Right here in the sunrise, waiting it out in the lighthouse. Give it 30 years and I'll settle down, and the spirits climbing on the rocks now. Soon enough, you sailors will come around. It's early in the morning, sitting in delicate fog, wrapped up in a sweater I stole while you were gone, and the grudges we've been holding, we've been holding too long, and I can't tell what's right and what's wrong. Crashing away, I wanna stay right here in the sunrise, waiting it out in the lighthouse. Give it 30 years and I'll settle down, and the spirits climbing on the rocks now. Soon enough, you sailors will come around.
All right, folks. Britt, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hello, everybody. Folks, this is exciting. I am excited. There's every week there's the high point. To me, this is the high point of the week. The first ever. Now, are we still doing this? Is this the first ever live cooking segment on your Iowa morning?
We're doing it. If you only knew the concoction that my dear husband set up for me to block the sun. To block the sun. It's not going to hit me in my face. If it does, that's some kind of weird stuff, because there's nothing. We've got pizza boxes. Taped to the window.
Folks, this is a good problem that we're learning again to deal with. I can look out the window. I can see the sun. So that's a good thing. Well done to Darrett. He's awesome. Team player all the way. But you're in the kitchen. I mean, look, we got a set here. Look at this.
This is my kitchen. I live in Valley Junction. We're renting this house. It's very, very nice in Valley Junction, as I've said before. But yeah, it's just your average kitchen.
So now
okay.
what are we doing today, Britt?
So we're gonna make a vegan chocolate mug cake. Because something that I've been trying to do is just not overeat lately, because as you know, being a mom, sometimes you just stuff food in your mouth because you feel like you just don't have any real time to eat. Anyway, but so instead of, during the pandemic, I was baking so much, right? I mean, I really became this baker where we were all baking bread, stews, like peach cobblers. And of course, who's the one that's going to eat all of it, right? I mean, in LA, when we didn't live near family, so it was just me eating the rest. Anyway, it wasn't working. And so I found a new way. I found that if you have a mug. There's such a thing. There's a little internet space where people actually make cakes in mugs, and it works out pretty well. So I've got my Iowa mug for you. And let's see, how am I going to do this? Okay, so basically it's just 8 simple ingredients. You've got 2 tablespoons. There's a little more than 2 tablespoons in here because I like it a little more cakier of all-purpose flour right here. I'm going to dump that in my mug for you.
I want t-shirts that say, I wanted it more cakier. I want life more cakier. I love it.
I don't even know if that makes it more cakier. I think it just makes it probably, I don't know. Hopefully it does. Then I like using, okay, so this is, you can use cocoa powder. I like using cacao powder. It's basically just the same thing. This might be, I don't know, I'm maybe a little bitter, but I like it because it's way more healthy. I mean, like cocoa powder is, it's heated, so it takes all the nutrition out of it, but I guess you're toasting it in the microwave anyway. This is 2 tablespoons of cacao powder.
Is Darren holding the camera right now too?
No, he set this up for me on my tea rack in my kitchen.
He is amazing.
You've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. I mean, you can use whatever kind of sugar you want, I suppose. I don't know if I should say that. By the way, I should say that this isn't created by me. This is by a woman who has a blog. Her name is Nora Cooks. So you can go on to www.noracooks.com. She does make a lot of vegan stuff, but honestly, ooh, she's so good. Like, it doesn't matter. So 2 tablespoons of sugar. Then you've got this is 1/4 of a tablespoon of excuse me, what's it called? I'm having a mind blank. Just a second.
Another ingredient.
So, well, it's a pinch of salt. 1/4 of a tablespoon of baking powder. I just put the 2 together.
This is the greatest moment of this show to date. This is it right here. The first live cooking segment. You know, folks, look, we have amazing guests on the show. Britt Slater has been on and a trooper. And I was like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, how can we? And so I said, what if it's Britt's Corner, live hacks and snacks? She goes, I'll do a cake mug. No, mug cake.
It's a hack and a snack put together.
It's a hack and a snack put together. It is the epitome of what we're talking about. Folks, what we're trying to do is help people with this show. So what Paul, you're actually making a cake in a mug.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm stirring it with this, but and then you've got yourself oh god, I'm forgetting all the measurements. Sorry, this is vanilla extract, and I'm putting in a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I stirred the dry ingredients, and you're just gonna drop that on top.
Okay.
And then you've got 3 tablespoons of almond milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. And then the last but not least, you've got a tablespoon of oil. So I'm using vegetable oil, or you can do vegan butter, or like melted vegan butter, or whatever kind of oil you think is right. Okay, this is a grand finale right here.
Is that your Julia Child? Well, it's pretty good. Let's get it going.
That did sound like Julia Child, didn't it? Oh, I don't even know. Oh, this just go on. I don't know. Oh, shit. I haven't seen anything about her really, except for old segments.
The show, we just turned a corner on the show. I think we just turned a corner, and I like it. I like this new direction.
You like this? Well, you're welcome to my kitchen anytime. There's some children magnets, animal magnets on the.
Oh, I'm going to go to the wide shot to see the magnets. There we go. Magnet shot.
Moo!
This is, what people don't realize is early morning, getting up early all the time makes you as kind of jumpy and delirious as staying up too late or having a couple cocktails. So this is, this is the approved family version of having a buzz on. So okay, now here's my question, right? You're telling me that all mugs are okay to be used as cookware? I guess you make tea in mugs.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, well, wait, you have to, unless you're going to stick a mug in the oven, which I suppose you could if it's oven friendly, but you also have to make sure that it's, microwave friendly. Listen, this isn't real. I don't know if my hands aren't working well, but this is obviously not. When I stir it, I usually stir it with a normal spoon, friends. And fortunately, I stirred it with a spatula, so it's all over the side. But we're gonna put it in the microwave.
Oh, microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. A little more reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, a little. It's probably gonna flop over the top. 40 seconds, Brett. That's
No.
it. Yes. Well,
No way.
sometimes I like to do it for. I'm gonna put it for a minute.
Now look at this, folks. This is the magic of live streaming television. I still call it television. I'm a television guy. I earn the money in television. I like to say television, but this is the magic of it. That is not a prop microwave. Oh no, that is a real microwave, and you're actually baking it, huh?
Yeah. Yep. This is a real microwave. Just had the microwave handyman actually come by a month ago. It was shooting out sparks, so I hope it doesn't shoot out sparks this time.
That will definitely help the view count, though, if it does.
Oh God!
Throw a fork in there. No, don't do that. So you're telling me in a minute, and we're actually seeing. If folks, here's how it normally goes. If you watch the Today Show or the oven isn't even hooked up because they're on a set, and the fire marshal and all that says you can't have live cooking. So what they do is they have a before and after, and they put it in. Sure. And then they said, and now, and they open another one, and here's what it looks like after the fact. And they might have someone, and oh my goodness, look at that. It's so exciting.
Do you think it'll be done? Sometimes I find, hold on. I need see, I don't know why, but she said 40 seconds. But sometimes I find that, if you do it, I'm going to do it for 15 more seconds. I don't know why, but that's just what happens to mine.
This is the best.
Maybe it could be done. But I think it looked a little runny on top, so we're gonna.
Looked a little runny.
And I'm not drinking a mug cake. This is my coffee.
It's so universal. There's so many different ways you can. So, do you have a cake?
Yeah, I have a cake. Now, just ignore the sides.
It doesn't look so good. Oh, wow.
It's honestly, it's really good. And I forgot to mention that I didn't have any chocolate chips, but run to the store and get, oh yeah, this is good. Run to the store and get yourself some chocolate chips or something. Or it's really hot. But it's good.
She's getting burned, folks, for your entertainment. But it's good, though. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
See, now, again, folks, you're making TV history here. We actually created the product, cooked it, and ate it all in the same segment. There was no fake in this one.
Hey, Max, can you see my dog? Now, dig up. Come here, you're out of camera, boo.
Oh, there he goes.
No, doggy. Anyway. Now, dig up.
Puppy cam live.
Good.
Look, nice. Holy cow. And we have pet tricks. That's our first pet trick and our first cooking segment.
Yeah. Well, so, it's not as pretty as it usually is, honestly. Oh, God. Anyway, the stuff doesn't, fall on the side there. That was my spatula work, but we're really good.
So, and what you're saying is, what you're referring to is called portion control.
Yes.
I have no portion control. If someone hands me a bag of Doritos, that bag, I consider it as my bag, and I ate the whole thing. I'll sit in front of the TV. I'll eat a whole pack of Chips Ahoy. Viewers, if you like me, you'll drop off a box of Chips Ahoy in front of the house and know that I'll eat them that night. Eat the whole thing. I have no portion control. So what you're saying is make a small little portion. What a cute little cupcake. It's literally a cupcake, a mug cupcake. And then you're going to be fine.
This is so easy that I guess the other trap is you could end up making little mug cakes all the time too. But listen, it's way better than wasting a bunch of ingredients by either binging on it or throwing it away because you don't have anyone to give it to. But yeah, I just find it to be it actually has been helping me. When I really want or I'm craving something, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to go make a mug cake. so I really like it.
Well, and it obviously didn't take you long to do either. So it's a fun little hobby. What we are learning here is that eating 2 and 3 meals in the house, the dishes are always a problem. dishwasher, da-da-da. But this,
Yeah.
it looks like you just got one little dirty mug, really.
Well, yeah, but this kitchen right now it's unreasonably clean right now. I don't even understand. I cleaned it for you. But yeah, so it makes things easier and you can make it healthy too, by the way. There's so many variations. Go online, just type in mug cakes, whatever you want, and there's a healthy like vegan version, which is like maple syrup, like whole wheat flour, things like that. And it tastes really good, but it's definitely healthy. So.
And your cookware is also your servingware. You cooked it and what you're eating it in, and yeah, I love that. I think you're telling me it tastes great, so that's great. Presentation though, if we're going to give it the Yelp grade, I think the presentation's because you got some ingredients on the side. Mm-hmm. That's a little lower on presentation, but it looks like overall mug cake is a win. So congratulations. Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for sharing.
But honestly, it tastes just like cake. I mean, it tastes just like cake. It's great.
The Britt Slater, Britt's Corner with the first ever life hacks and snacks. It was a hack and a snack.
Thank you so much for having me.
What do you want to tease next week or keep it a surprise?
So I have something.
Okay.
It's also a little. All right, I don't know. It's like a little. It's a drink. Okay, so everybody knows. When you go to the store, you order a latte. It's a lot of money. You're like, oh my god, I just spent $10 on a freaking latte. Well, you also don't have to have a big old fancy machine at home to make a latte. All you need is a blender and a drip and a coffee. However you make coffee, I make it with drip. I'm going to teach you how to make your own little latte at home with foamy milk, and you don't even need a machine. So,
oh my God, 2 life hacks with snacks in a row, amazing! Oh, Tuesdays are quickly becoming the best episodes of the week. Yay! Britt Slater, folks, and tomorrow we've got Lisa Marks all the way from the UK. So much more. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.